Don't sleep on Ozzy's solo stuff. Yes, Black Sabbath is the most important metal band to ever exist. But Ozzy and everything Ozzy did post-Sabbath is some of the best metal music to ever be made. And there will never be a solo artist to have a career again like Ozzy had. So while we have taken this moment to celebrate Sabbath and say goodbye to Sabbath, don't forget that also includes Ozzy's solo.
Ozzy Osbourne stories and tributes, which is great. I got to know Ozzy a little bit in the studio and playing festivals together, and I don't want to ruin his reputation as the Prince of Darkness, but I always found Ozzy to be actually really sweet and sort of gentle and funny. So the gentle Prince of Darkness, I guess. But I wanted to share this one story that right before he died, one of the last things he did was collaborate with chimpanzees on a series of paintings that were auctioned off at a chimp sanctuary. I feel like that speaks volumes to his character. And Ozzy, you are missed, and I hope you're...
Here's a hot take on Back to the Beginning. Yes, I firmly believe that Black Sabbath is the end-all, be-all, and anything else is just a copy of. If it was not for Black Sabbath, none of the music that we love and listen to today would exist. But I do believe, being how it was absolutely advertised and absolutely understood as Ozzy's last show, and knowing especially how emotional everyone is after seeing him play Mama, I'm Coming Home. Like, there isn't a single Gen Xer that has been okay for the last 2 days. And therefore, I want to make a huge point. Don't sleep on Ozzy's solo stuff. Yes, Black Sabbath is the most important metal band to ever exist. But Ozzy and everything Ozzy did post-Sabbath is some of the best metal music to ever be made. And there will never be a solo artist to have a career again like Ozzy had. So while we have taken this moment to celebrate Sabbath and say goodbye to Sabbath, don't forget that also includes Ozzy as solo. Think about this. Zakk's been playing with Ozzy since he was 20 years old. That man has spent 30 years of his life performing next to Ozzy Osbourne. And the relationship that they have, I'm not taking away credit where credit is due, but I also want to give credit where credit is due. And all of Ozzy's solo stuff, credit is due.
Ozzy will always be amazed, and prayer to his family and the beloved wife Sharon, his kid, and all members around the world, and all his fans and all people who knew him. As we're speaking now, messages of condolences are still pouring in, as well as tribute. A lot of people are still remembering the legendary Ozzy, who will always be remembered by a lot of people. The beloved legendary Ozzy passed away 22nd of July at the age of 76 after certain disease, that is Parkinson heart attack, which was later released by his beloved daughter, who came out with autopsy report after his funeral. Beloved legendary Ozzy, his funeral took place on July 30th in Birmingham, where thousands of people and fans were seen on the streets, paraded, waiting to pay their tribute. A lot of his fans were carrying a flower in the street of Birmingham. That's the way how a lot of people show love to the family. The beloved Ozzy will always be missed, and he has been considered as a legendary of rock and roll music, and the legacy that he has left behind will continue to live on. Later, after the funeral that took place on 30th of July, the beloved Ozzy, there was a private funeral, which was held for family and close friends who were so much connected to him, which was attended by music iconics such as Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, and Zakk and James, and so many celebrities. The beloved Ozzy was laid to rest beside the legs of the ground of his Buckinghamshire estate, where his house was found. The beloved Ozzy will be remembered by a lot of people as the prince of darkness, and the legacy that he has left behind will continue to live on. You know, he has been a man who has contributed a lot to the music. With these few details, we continue to pray once again to his family, and we continue to pray to his soul to continue to rest in peace.